Hey guys, how's it going? It's Josh Lloyd here, and we are ready to talk about the games. There are 10 of them on today. Big news in Charlotte in particular. Gordon Hayward could be back on Friday, and LaMelo Ball could be back today. So we will test the theory about where Jalen McDaniels and Kelly Oubre's value lies very, very soon. That is the big news there, I'd say, that we've got over the last hour or so. That both of those guys could be returning really, really quickly. Well, not quickly, but they could be back. Let's look at what news just came through now. What updates we've got. Charles Bassey, Goldfinger is starting tonight. We'll put that screen up there. I don't know why I'm getting this issue with this bloody chat function. It's just not coming up often enough, which is annoying. I'll get it fixed. Don't worry. Yes, we will get that sorted. All right. Hopefully I'll get it sorted anyway. There we go. Got it back. Yeah, so let's look at what should we do dribble? Let's do dribble first, and then we will come back in and have a look at injury updates for today. I don't know why I'm all over the place at the moment, but I just am. Let's get it sorted. All right, let's go into dribble game. Hello, everyone. Welcome to you guys that are here. Let's see how quickly we can smash this one out. Dribble game. Let's go. DeJounte Murray and Kyle Lowry. Okay, Kyle Lowry's in Miami. DeJounte Murray, San Antonio. Atlanta. San Antonio. Is it Dedmon again? I feel like Dwayne Dedmon's been every one of these. I swear to God, Dwayne Dedmon's been the answer for the last 3 of these. Anyway, he was the correct one there. Let's go and let's bring the lineup screen up, and we can have a look at what we know over there. We know that the Magic are starting Fultz, Wagner, Banchero, Bol, and Wagner. I did also just see another lineup come through that hasn't fully been updated yet. I don't know what it was that I saw. I saw something come in. Drew Holiday's out tomorrow. There you go. Alex Caruso in today. Dosunmu in today. Jeremiah Robinson-Earl's injury is not day-to-day, is week-to-week, according to Mark Daignault. So we got that information come through. I thought I saw another starting lineup come through. Maybe I'm lying on that. No, Trae Young is still questionable, I believe. Trae Young's in. My apologies, Trae Young's in. All right, let's have a look. Let's go through some injuries and talk about what we know at this point. DeJounte and John Collins are out, but Bogdan, Trae Young, and Clint Capella are back. All of the Magic guys still out. Carter, Suggs, Harris, Isaac, Akeke. Clay is out. Wiggins is out for Golden State, but Steph and Draymond are playing. Neesmith is playing. Warriors are starting DiVincenzo. Curry, Poole, DiVincenzo, Green, and Looney. So great stream option for Dante. The Dennis Smith is out. Gordon Hayward is out, but LaMelo Ball is in. Isaiah Livers is out for Detroit. Kevin Huerter is still game time decision. Anunoby is out. One show is in. Jalen Brunson, a game time decision. Caruso in. Dosunmu out. Jimmy Butler out. Vincent out. And every other dickhead on Miami is probable. Charles Bassey starting. Zach Collins is out. Pirtle's out. Langford is out. Bates Diop is in. No word whether Vassell or Sohan will start though for San Antonio. Green and Kleber are out in Dallas. Beal and Porzingis are out for Washington, but Monte Morris is in. Prince is out. McLaughlin is out. Norman Powell and John Wall are out. But Kawhi is playing, and D'Angelo Russell is a game time decision, it looks like. So there we go. That's the info that we have so far. Welcome to everyone here on the show. Everyone who is here, it's good to see. Good to see you blokes here and ready to go. I'm just moving a few things around to get myself underway. All right, let's get questions in from you guys. Would Monk start with Huerter out? No, I think they'll start Davis. I think they like Monk running the second year. He could start, but I think they'll start Davis. Gafford load up. Yeah, he's an excellent stream with Porzingis out. Excellent. Landale a speculative ad. I think they'll start Troy. I think they'll start Biyombo. So Landale, I'd probably look at more Biyombo for 12s and Landale for 14 and 16. Did I see the Hayward update? Yes. I Just spoke about it, Nick. If Hayward is available on your waiver wire, you go and add him. You can't find top 100 per game players on the wire just sitting there. So go and add him. And he's only available in one of my leagues, actually. He's rostered in all the other ones, including by me. But go and add him otherwise. Neesmith is starting again for the Pacers. Halliburton, Nembhard, Heald, Neesmith, Turner. So Jalen Smith to the bench, which probably means that Isaiah Jackson is out of the rotation again. Let's see what else. Do I think Bogey Bog is going to start starting soon? No, absolutely no way do I think he's going to start. Eric, who's he going to start over? Trae Young? No. DeJounte Murray? No. DeAndre Hunter? No. So no, I don't think it... Would they? No. John Collins? No. No, I don't think so. Bruce Brown must roster in 9-cat. For the time being, yes. Hornets have 4 games in the next 6 days. How many does LaMelo sit? 1 is my guess. But I'll have to check the actual schedule, like how many of those... I think there is a back-to-back in that. Yeah, there's a Sunday, Monday back-to-back. So I reckon he sits 1 of those. Drew has been ruled out for tomorrow already. Yes, Andrew, I did say that. Should you drop Duren, Hayes, or Conley for Hayward? To me, Duren is the worst performer of that group, so it's probably him. We just offered Trey for LaMelo. How do I see those two developing rest of the season comparatively? I think they're going to be really similar, to be honest. I don't think there's going to be gigantic differences. And you've waited all this time to get LaMelo. I think I'd rather just stick with him. Although, Trey's been pretty below average as well. I just don't see a big win either way. I just go, either. I don't see it as a huge win either way. Would I drop Stewart or Plumlee for Kessler? Yeah, those two guys have significantly lower upsides. I would probably drop Plumlee there for him. Trey confirmed. Yes, Trey is playing. You should be able to see that on the screen as well, where next to Trey, you've got a green in. So he's playing. We don't have that lineup confirmed, but at this point, we're expecting Young, Forrest, Griffin, Hunter, and Capella. The Pistons should be Hayes, Ivy, Bogdanovic, Stewart, Duren is my guess. What other news is coming through here? Nothing else. Okay. I feel like Jeremiah Robinson, did he have a long-term ankle injury last season? He definitely had a long-term injury. I don't remember if it was ankle, though. Any reason to value Gafford over Duren rest of season? No, Andy. One is a guy that might play 17 minutes as a backup. One might play 28 minutes as a starter. So, no, there is no reason to value Gafford over Duren. No. When does OKC start tanking? Get tanking out of your... I'm sorry, guys. No offense to you. And I'm going to say a naughty word. Get tanking out of your fucking head. Seriously, you can't let it dominate every portion of your thinking. You know when OKC started playing stupid rotations? The 1st of April last season. This is a issue that people think is so widely prevalent, but it just isn't. It just isn't a factor that you need to be focusing so highly on for fantasy leagues. It just isn't. And maybe I'm proved wrong and shit starts going weird this season. Maybe. But you let this dominate your thinking, you're gonna screw yourself. Pistons are starting Hayes, Ivy, Bogdanovic, Stewart, and Duren. So same lineup for them than last game. Should you start Dante DiVincenzo as part of your best 10 in a head-to-head 9-cat league? Well, John, I don't know who your other guy is. What's your other option there? So I think there's a potential for it, but who are you deciding between? That's what's really hard to know. Do I think Bruce Brown will remain must roster when Porter returns? I think he'll be on the borderline of that. But the thing with Brown is that if Murray is out, if KCP is out, if Aaron Gordon is out, or if Michael Porter is out, Brown starts. Right? So you need the entirety of that starting lineup to be healthy for long periods of time for Brown's value to drop away. So that's why I think he's a solid hold. Oh, the Hawks are actually starting Jalen Johnson again, not Trent Forrest. So Jalen Johnson's minutes are going to jump back up. So he is starting, not old mate Trent Forrest. So Young, Griffin, Hunter, Capella, Johnson is the lineup there. How long do I think Porzingis is out for? Not long, hey? I don't think he's out for long, no. Who do I think will feast more with OG out, Boucher or Thad? Pretty clearly, to me, it's going to be Boucher, but it could always be. Well, here's the Hornets lineup. So they are starting Oubre, Washington, Plumlee, Rozier, and Ball. As expected, Jalen McDaniels moves to the bench, and he is going to be a clear drop. Because Hayward's going to be back next game. And then, I would imagine, maybe they keep Hayward on the bench, but I would imagine that Oubre moves to the bench. But what I do know is that Oubre's run of like 39 minutes a game is probably going to come to an end. And me telling you that Oubre's value is going to drop, it's actually finally going to come to fruition. I think. What is a redraft league? A redraft league is a standard fantasy league. That's not a keeper league or a dynasty league. That's all that is. It means that you redraft it every season. Bassi, Gafford, or DiVincenzo for tonight? That's a tough one. I probably lead Gafford. There's really no one to take his minutes. Bassi, they could go with Roby or Jang and issues there. Gafford should be the guy there, unless you think Taj Gibson's getting that playing time, which I don't think he is. Do I like the Thunder plus 2.5 tonight? Who are they? What's their matchup against the Heat? Plus 2.5 for the Thunder. Let's have a look. I did check this out before. No, I don't. I like Miami minus 2.5. Wow, Hornets country, let's fly. That's their hashtag, let's fly. No Hornets country though, which is disappointing. Okay. How do we feel about Gordon Hayward returning? His role and who does he really affect? Here we go. Here is I've talked a little bit about Hayward. Here is my thoughts. Hayward will, I assume, go and start. They're paying him $40 million, right? I'm pretty sure he will start. So their starting lineup almost definitely will be Ball, Rozier, Hayward, Washington, Plumlee. Meaning Jalen McDaniels, who's been starting, is going to have his value eliminated. Kelly Oubre is going to go to the bench and probably play significantly fewer minutes. And this is what I've been talking about with Oubre all season long, is that, hey, I think he's a sell high because he is going to move to the bench. Now, we had Ball get hurt, Ball come back, Hayward get hurt, Ball get hurt, and Oubre's maintained this great value for like 33% of the season. But now these guys are back. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe they start Oubre and they keep Hayward in a 25-minute-a-night bench role. I'll be pretty surprised if that's a long-term move, but my expectation is that Oubre and McDaniels move back to the bench. How long will Maxey sit back-to-backs when he comes back? Literally, no idea. No one can know that. I would expect he does it for a few back-to-backs, but not all season. Tim, that's a shit comment. Do I like the Kings plus 5? Let's have a look. Do I like the Kings? No, I don't actually. No, I actually like the Raptors minus 5 there. Is Roby a good stream today? He is an okay stream. There are a lot better options than him out there, I think. Oubre is sort of the same as Bruce Brown. Yeah, that is true. I do agree with that. That Oubre is going to be that guy that plays 27 minutes or not a night. But I think if you look at Oubre and Bruce Brown compared to each other for fantasy, Bruce Brown is a significantly better per minute player. Oubre is a guy that requires so much usage to bring value. He never gets assists. He's a low rebounder. His percentages can be pretty rough. And he needs to be the guy that they've got. Two of their top 3 offensive guys have been out in Hayward and Ball, and Oubre stepped up. And he's going to move into a lower usage role. So while, yes, in terms of elevation to the starting role there, he does require that little extra bit of usage, whereas Brown doesn't really. Brown just needs the minutes, whereas Oubre needs minutes and usage. So if, say, PJ Washington went down and Oubre moved into the starting lineup, it wouldn't be as exciting for him. The value wouldn't be as good as if Ball or Rozier was out. So it's a little bit different, I think. Do I expect Jalen Brunson to play? I couldn't tell you either way. I think probably, but actually no idea. Do I see Fox snapping out of this cold streak? Seriously, Rhett, I'm not having a go at you at all, but the amount of people that told me that I was foolish for saying that Fox wasn't going to be able to maintain what he was doing was crazy. Nah, man, you don't watch the games. He's picking his spots. He's improved so much. Same thing happened at the end of last season. He's really just elevated. He is him now. Or I said, nah, look, that's not going to happen. And now we are seeing the thing go the other way. And people are like, hey, can you get better? Like, yes, the reality of Darren Fox is somewhere in the middle here. He's horrible at the moment. And I think the foot is playing a real issue. And that might linger for quite a while. But I think he's significantly better than what he's doing now, but also significantly worse than what he was doing to start the season. Oubre is way better than Bruce Brown. Only if you like players that don't contribute to winning basketball. Is Fred VanVleet a buy low? Yes, he is. Pretty clearly, I think. Let's go back to more news. All right, someone just asked a question, is Russell out today? You can see on the screen, the video you are watching, there is still a blue Q next to D'Angelo Russell, which says that he is questionable. That will be updated when we know whether he is playing or not, or if we find out he is playing before the stream ends. Would I rather hold Larry Nance or Mitchell Robinson in a 12-team points league? Austin, you can have a look at what these players average in your points format. I don't know what your points format is. I don't know if it's a Yahoo or an ESPN or a CBS or a tweaked custom format. But these sort of decisions in a points league, you can see what these guys average. I can't. So me making a judgment, I could say, yeah, it's probably Robinson over Nance in a points league, but I literally don't know because I don't know how these players perform in your particular settings. Who's the stream between Bassie and Gafford and long-term? Neither of them are long-term guys. I think Gafford is better tonight than Bassie, but neither of them are long-term. Can we still stream Goodwin today? Goodwin's value is down today because Monte Morris is back, but I think he still can be considered a stream given Beal and Porzingis are out. But Morris being out, or Morris being back, does hamper Goodwin a little bit. Is Trey Murphy worth holding with Herb Jones back? Yes. I fully believe he is because he's going to continue to start for Brandon Ingram. Jones, I don't think, has really any impact on Trey Murphy at all. Al Horford versus Bowl rest of the season. I'll take Horford there. Do I see Shea playing during fantasy playoffs? Why not? You should. Played during fantasy playoffs last season. Why wouldn't he play? Can I predict him getting hurt? No, I can't. Stop focusing on tanking, please. Bumba or Wagner for tonight? Adi, that is a really good question, and it's really hard to know. It had been Wagner until last game where it was Bumba. Bumba is probably a better permanent fantasy producer, but he's not starting. It's a massive coin toss, and I can't tell you that I've got a strong feeling either way on that. I probably would take Bumba. I just think the upside's a little bit higher, but yeah, that's a 51-49 proposition in my mind. What are my thoughts on Kuminga's upside today? It's bigger than it was yesterday. He still struggles in certain areas of the game, but he's worth a look. At least like in a 14-team league, he's worth a look today. Do I think certain punt builds are more favorable than others? Not really. It all depends on how you work with them, really, and how you build. Like there's not one to go, this is the one you have to do. It's not really how that works. Will Maxi's numbers be down when he returns because Harden is back? Yes, absolutely. He had that little run where Harden was out where he put up huge numbers, and part of my skepticism on Maxi in the preseason was I just don't think he's going to be able to shoot 48% from three and maintain gigantic usage with Harden and Embiid playing. So yes, do not expect the same numbers that Maxi was putting up before he got hurt. I wouldn't expect that anyway. Is Nembhard a hold in 12-team leagues? Yes. Do I think Neesmith can keep his role and produce at a 14-team level? Maybe. He's worth grabbing to find out. Drop Derek White in 14-team leagues? Like, who are you adding? That's really the question here. Are you dropping him just so you have a free roster spot? Well, that's actually pointless. Who are you adding in that spot? I think it's considered. You consider it. Like in a 12-team league, I've got no problem with moving on from Derek White to open up streaming. In a 14-team league, is there someone specific you're grabbing, or are you looking to stream that spot? I think in streaming that spot, I might actually prefer White, but I don't know. It depends on what you'd be looking to do. just drop Cade. Yeah, like, of course. Like, who's not dropping Cade? Seriously? Who's not dropping him? If Isaac ever comes back, what's the realistic minutes range? Well, I don't think he's playing over 24 minutes a night. So I think realistic is like 15 to 20 is realistic. He might have a couple of games where he goes over that. And that's going to depend a lot on statuses of Banchero and Wagner and those sort of guys. I don't think he's playing more than... I don't think he's averaging more than 25 a night. I feel comfortable in saying that. It looks like Ayton will miss the next game. Will Biyombo's value rise? Yes. Now, Ayton did not practice, I believe. But I think Booker did. So it does look like he'll miss and Biyombo would be the starter, yes. Do I think Wendell Carter will play this week? I would say almost no chance. When is Collins coming back? I assume you mean John, but Zach Collins is also out. Collins, we're going to guess next week. You convinced your league to shorten the season by 2 weeks in order to lessen the effect. Yeah, Jimmy, welcome to the show. First time listener. It's great to have you here. I've been saying this for many, many years. Many years. You should end... my leagues end like March 19th. If you go any further than that, bullshit happens. March 19th, March 20th, around that time is the time to end your fantasy leagues. I will not hear any debate, unless you're in a roto league. I will not hear any debate of any other situation apart from that. That is when you end your leagues. Straightforward stuff. Even playing until April 1st or March 28th or whatever. Bullshit. March 20th, that is the time you want to end. KCP revenge with Barrow. Thank you for bringing the revenge game narrative to my mind. I'll be keeping an eye on that. That's going to be a huge thing in KCP's value. We always know that revenge games lead to huge performances, and if they don't, well, we just ignore them and they're not counted as revenge games. So that's a simple way to boost your stats for those things. Really easy stuff. Isn't Gafford going to be in foul trouble probably against Nikola Jokic? Like, yes or no? He could be. Is Charles Bassey going to be in foul trouble because he's a young player who's reckless? Maybe. Like, you could get in foul trouble against Jokic, or you might not. I wouldn't, again, making those decisions in general. Someone asked me this the other day about, opponent quality. It's a lot of the time, it's very random. And I think when there's someone you think is actually a better player with a higher path to more consistent minutes, that's the guy you go with. Versus trying to... and it might come out and Gafford might play 20 minutes because of foul trouble against Jokic, and that's happened. But I think in general, you just want to roll with what's the actual best upside opportunity here. Like, I can look at Bassey and go, well, I know that Pop can play Roby and Jeng, and we've seen that in that 5-game week for the Spurs where Bassey would stick at 20 minutes a night and struggle, right? But I think Gafford, I don't think they're starting Isaiah Todd or Taj Gibson's playing 30 minutes a night to limit Gafford. I don't think that's happening. And yes, he might get in foul trouble, or he might slip and break his leg, knock on wood, in the first 2 minutes. But just the general probabilities of him being the better option, I think it outweighs that. Other people will have different opinions on it. I'm not going to overlook that stuff. I've seen so many people have big games against Joel Embiid. All right, and you go, well, they foul out? Yeah, but it happens. Anyway, do I play fantasy football? How did I do? Yes. I made the playoffs, snuck in as the 8th seed in a 16-team league, Superflex league. It was an auction draft. I got dicked over. My only good running back was Javonte Williams from the Broncos, and of course, he tore his ACL in about week 2. So I've been getting by with guys like Tyson Algier and Jerick McKinnon as my running backs, and what's that bloke's name? Warren from the Steelers. It's been a rough go, but I made it. We're through. I've got a strong receiving core, 2 good quarterbacks, and I think we're going to be good. Hopefully. Probably not. Probably going to get smashed in week 1. It's always, hey, Josh. Never, how are you, Josh? Do you want an honest answer? How are you, Josh? I'm horrible. I'm depressed. I'm sad. I'm contemplating jumping out this window. I'm joking. Where is Obi? That's a good question. I think he went downstairs. I don't know. He doesn't. The only time he really loves recording is the end of my daily recap show where he comes in because he's really trying to get me to go for a walk. So he sits in here and tries to be like, oh, please take me while I finish off working. Any Wendell Carter update? Yes, in fact. He was doing some work on the practice court. The first time he's really been seen back on the practice court. Not doing much, so he's probably still a week, 2 weeks away, it looks like. Opponent pace is a factor. Agree, Turk. It is a factor. It's more of a factor when you're looking at player props or DFS stuff versus the difference in, say, the pace of starting a guy in your fantasy, who's starting, who's on the bench. it is a slight factor for sure. I don't think it's a gigantic one. It's more when you're looking at DFS stuff, I think. Do I think someone can win a competitive league watching 0 minutes of basketball? Yes, they can. They can. They have to absorb their information from other different sources. You can't just sit there, purely look at statistics, right? And that's it. All you do is go, well, I see this guy is doing this and he's on the waiver wire. You can't do that, right? You have to get your information from other spots. But can you do it without watching basketball? I think so, yeah. AG or Wood on DraftStars? AG, I'm assuming, is Aaron Gordon. Or Christian. I'm going to take Gordon. I just feel more secure with these minutes. What do I think Hayward's value will be, everyone healthy? In the probably 80 to 105 range is probably the guess there. Is Memphis or Orlando the worst injury report? Is clearly Orlando now. They've definitely skipped ahead of Memphis by a long way. They are horrible, Orlando. It's really bad. What's my pick for the World Cup final? Argentina, France? Let's go with Argentina. I just want Messi to win it. He's the GOAT. Is Cousin Kev really my cousin? Yes. Yep. No, we're related. Who is honestly your favorite player, NBA player? Now, I'm only going to tell you the lying answer. I don't have a favorite player. Like I like watching the NBA. Jalen Brunson playing. There you go. Confirmed. Jalen Brunson playing. I like watching the league. I like watching bunches of players. I like all of them. I find it really hard. And I always have an issue with ranking stuff in general because all that stuff's really subjective. Like, who's my favorite player? Could be Jokic, could be Doncic, could be Giannis, could be Zion. There's heaps of players I like. I don't know why, and I know people love this, humans in general, why we're so obsessed with like rankings. Like, this guy's 1, 2, 3. This was my favorite. Like, I just got a bunch of guys that I like. Do I like Will Barton over 11.5 points?
No, you Will! No, he's ready to sack that. Run, Will! Give it off quick!
Yes. Drafting is hard without watching basketball. I don't agree. I don't think... Well, I think it's harder. But remember, we're doing fantasy drafts and there's no basketball on. But what I mean by you can do it without watching basketball, if you watch people talk about it, or if you listen to podcasts, or you read articles to get the nuance of why things are happening and how things are happening, you can get all that information and finding the right people to trust without actually watching it yourself. Because as I will always say, like people who love, the only thing you can rely on is the eye test, they are liars. That is statistically impossible to do because you cannot watch every minute of every game. You can watch little bits and pieces and you go, well, look at this guy. He's like a dominator. He hit 3 threes in a row in a 5-minute period. Therefore, he's the best shooter of all time. But did you watch him miss the next 16 in a row over the next 3 games? Probably not. You can't watch every minute of every single game. Right? So watching, you can get away with doing stuff with it. And it's all part of it, right? Everything mashes together. But you can definitely have success without watching basketball as long as you're getting the right information in. That's really what it comes down to. Do I see Wembanyama as the 2nd, 3rd rounder next season? I think I wouldn't take him there. I can see him getting drafted there, and I can see him returning at least top 40 value next season, but I wouldn't draft him there. Kevin Huerter is out today, so I wonder who's going to start. We haven't got that info yet. Let's do one more question. Austin, I answered that question. Because you didn't, and you're just spamming the same question without actually listening to me. Do I like LaMelo over 27.5 points, rebounds, and assists? Yes, I do. How long do I see myself doing this job? I don't really know. I don't know. I've been doing it 10 years. 10 years? 9 years, I think. I don't know. It's quickly a pickup, not with Brunson back, no. Guarantee Wemby goes first round in every league. Dynasty leagues, absolutely. No way he goes first round in redraft leagues. He will go high. There's no way he's going first round. I don't think. But anyway, that's going to do it for us today. Thanks for everyone for being a part of the show. Hit a thumbs up on the way out. That is always very much appreciated. And go check out the other shows on the channel. I will see you guys later.